So yeah, starting on King Sejong Station, which
Pretty good map, but yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
well, it's just I was looking at the chat and it Guru put map one King Sejong, and it makes me wonder like, did Guru choose this? Like, it seems like a very Terran map. Am I
It
wrong?
is. No, you are very right about that. I would hate to play on King Sejong Station, to be honest. It's it's a rough map. So many good spots for liberators. So many places where tank drop is really effective. Now there is ways of mitigating that. Like at the natural, for example, for myself, I like to build 8 lings as opposed to 4 or 6, and just knock down those rocks as soon as possible.
Okay.
But even still, just the natural itself, there's really good liberator spots there. Even the main and third good liberator spots. A lot of choky areas where tanks reign supreme. A lot of spots that you can jump between, like the main and the third with drops. It's a really tough map to play out as Zerg, I feel.
Yeah. So if Guru did choose this, are we gonna see something awesome?
I hope so.
Like, are we gonna see some crazy strategy that hasn't been showcased before?
That would be pretty amazing.
I guess we'll find out though, because we're getting into it.
We are getting into it. Potentially former teammates going at it.
Oh, I looked it up. Beastyqt's team list right now.
Okay, so it is
officially former teammates.
Yes. All right, and spawning up in the top left position of King Sejong Station, it is the pink Terran player, formerly of Team Extreme Supremacy, looking to get some revenge. Give it up for Beastyqt.
And in the bottom right, our green Zerg player currently for Team Extreme Supremacy, Guru.
Ooh. Looking very zen.
Yes.
Actually, it's kind of funny because when you think of a Guru, you do think of very zen, but when you think of Guru the player, that is not the descriptor that comes to mind.
Yeah, not quite.
Is going to be
with the Overlord there. Anyway, continue.
He is going to be kind of weird scouting. He is going to be going for a pool first, which is very interesting. Is going to just be pool hatch, so no early gas shenanigans, but looks like he wants to be safe against any sort of Reaper build or proxy racks maybe. And to be fair, Beastie is the kind of player who might go for a proxy racks at some point.
Yeah.
Just kill the natural, get themselves a lead, and go from there.
And we've already seen him do it once in the tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
Although it was against Protoss, but still.
Yeah. Now that was more of a macro play, and I suppose what I was describing was also a macro play, but it's a much more committed macro play. Like it's if your opponent doesn't commit enough to defense, you can just kill them with the proxy racks. And also your production is really far behind. And if they hard counter it, you're just basically dead. But we do see it is just a Reaper opening for Beastyqt. The Rax is placed in such a way that he's going to be throwing down that reactor at some point. But first it's going to be the Marine. And that'll allow him to deny this Overlord. But Beastyqt does see the Overlord positioning of Guru and might actually be able to get something done there. Oh, wow. Sorry, I didn't even realize.
Past.
Yeah, this was a pool first to try and deny the natural.
That's actually really cool, because these lings, they'll kill this Marine.
Yeah, especially since it's not being microed. Nice little stutter step there from Guru. And wow, I should have noticed this. This is something that Scarlet likes to do a lot. Now, Guru actually did this nice, even denying the reactor. Very, very well done. Gonna try and get another SCV. Nice pull away. Wow, really nice micro from Beastie. Is gonna lose that SCV ultimately, but well done. Ooh, even another SCV going down.
And
really
nice for 4 lings.
Yeah.
Like 4 lings and pool first.
And they dragged the Reaper home, so it didn't do any damage. That was exceptionally well done from Guru. And sorry, yeah, no, I should have realized when it was pool first. Like that's the potential you have, and following it up with a very quick layer. So probably maybe 2 base Muta to follow this up.
Yeah.
And I have to once again highlight Guru was very intelligent with what he did with his Overlord. He spotted the positioning of the Reaper, knew exactly where it was, and then sent his Lings in a counter path, I guess you would say. Oh wow, that sucks. That goes down right away. Oh, nice grenades right there to zone that out. Is going to be able to get quite a bit of damage done on this Queen.
Yeah, no transfuse available or anything, so that Queen's quite low. Gotta be careful with it.
And it's really nice too because he took damage on the Reapers as opposed to the Hellion. And Guru sending out 4 Lings. Night scan sees that the Spire is just thrown down, and sorry, Beastyqt does scan, sees that there's a layer. And oh wow, look at that. Gonna be able to get one of the Queens with those grenades. A lot of action going on all over the map. Well, really just one thing, but nice grenade, gonna be hitting. Ooh, actually gets the drone surround.
Now, what was my immediate reaction to that was shock that the Hellion in the mineral line wasn't going for drones. Was it correct to be going for the Queen there?
I think so because you only have 1 Hellion, so the likelihood of getting drones is really low. Like it takes 3 shots from a Hellion, and with Queens shelling it down, or well, not shelling it, but just kind of tickling it down, it's unlikely that you're going to get them. We do see a Hellion drop coming across the map though, and Guru building a bunch of Lings to counterattack with. Should a push come out from Beasty, but yeah, Beasty he's leaving himself completely vulnerable at home. There is like nothing. 2 Liberators are going to pop out, but then at the same time, there's nothing really to deal with the Hellions. This is such a weird game. This feels like so meta right now. Like they're like, well, I know you're going to do this, so I'm going to do this. But so many SCVs going down. Meanwhile, drones in the paint.
Drones going down.
And ultimately, this will be held thanks to the Liberators. Nice micro with those Hellions, going to be target firing down drones, but also nice splitting from Guru. I don't know if it's the best idea to actually be running this away. Beasty should be dropping these Hellions and just sending them home. Oh, he actually does get all 3 out, so that's nice. Ooh, meanwhile, an awkward depot positioning is going to allow for a lot of those Lings to get taken down by Liberators. Look at this, 17 kills between the 2 of them. And honestly, I don't think we'll see this because it's so uncommon, and Beasty's smart enough to recognize that it's not very good, but he could go mech. Oh wow, those Liberators and Widow Mines just did work on the Mutas.
Yeah, that Muta cloud. I mean, it wasn't a huge one, but you don't want to lose it to basically nothing, right? Like, very little damage was done there.
Yeah, it just turned from a Muta cloud into like a Muta fog, a Muta mist.
A sprinkling.
A sprinkling of Mutas. He does have some more reinforcing, so he's going to be up to 7 once again. But yeah, there's already 3 Liberators out. That's no bueno for the Zerg player right there. And still, Beastyqt has not thrown down production. Now, granted, he doesn't really have the money to do it. I guess he did lose quite a few workers early on. Actually, wow, Guru is 22 workers ahead. He is in a fantastic position.
So you were saying a bit ago, like he might see an opportunity to go mech. Does that opportunity still exist, or is that something that has been lost with the low SCV count?
I think if anything, the low SCV count makes it more likely because you kind of want to slow things down. But I feel like the fact that he hasn't thrown down production, he's realizing how bad mech is for such a long point in the game that he doesn't want to do it. But yeah, there we do see the 2nd and 3rd factory, and it is going to be that mech. Now this is a pretty good map for mech, to be honest. But still, Roach Ravager is so good against it, and Guru is gearing up for that. He's going to be getting 1-1 missile attacks as well as Glio reconstitution. And he's doing a lot of work with these Mutas. He's really being careful about not losing them to Liberators. Nicely done.
Just gaining a lot of map presence off it too.
Yes, exactly. But once again, I feel that Guru... Now, by no means is this game over yet, but Guru, I think with the right moves, he can win it. Oh wow, look at that. 4 infestors coming out right away. Not even bothering with the pathogen glands. Also, Carapace for Mutas coming out on the way, so maybe could be going for some Corruptors to deal with those Liberators.
Okay, yeah.
Meanwhile,
are there any important breakpoints on the air upgrades for dealing with Liberators?
not really. You just want as much Carapace and as much armor as you can get. And that's why Corruptors are so good against Liberators, is because they have that base 2 armor.
Okay.
But there's not really a breaking point. It's more just
have
I want, if you can have +3 Carapace against +0 Liberators, you're happy. Now you still want to be careful with Mutas, because well, they still do a lot of splash. But you're very happy in that position. And Guru, though, does have a pretty sizable army. Now, because he's splitting his techs, it's a little bit... Oh, wow, he's up to 16 mutas. What the... This is super funky. I actually don't like this at all. But still, he has such a big Roach Ravager force, too.
Well, if he lands a fungal on those...
Yeah, it would be really good. But still, I don't feel that the mass muta... Oh, wow, big fungal. Wow, and that's game, actually.
All right.
Well, you called it there. Guru is such a weird player. He does so
and
many
it works.
weird things. Yeah. Like, good job. Good job. But I feel like the Muta switch didn't achieve much.
Yeah, I mean, I can sort of see it, right? Like, because there have been, like, historically the two ways of dealing with mech, right? Well, like, post-Swarm Host, which is, like, the like, just get, like, a giant ball of, like, Roach-style army, or go for, like, the giant, like, Muta counterattack stuff, but, like, we don't really see much of the Muta ball style since Liberators became a thing, right?
No, exactly. Like, they even only got one shot, and it was just on the small cluster of mutas at the edge of the ball, and it still did a ton of damage to all of them that it hit. Like, I don't know, there's just a really big reason why you don't go mutas against Liberators. And it did work out for him, to be fair, but he was already so far ahead that I feel he couldn't really lose it as long as he made an attack at some point.
Yeah. Can I get you to confirm?
Yes, sorry, just one moment.
No problem.
There we go. Sorry about that.
Not a problem. Oops. Not a 2v2. I mean, we can probably make it a 2v2. One caster per team. Or just casters versus players.
Oh, jeez. Oh, that'd be rough. One caster per team would be pretty funny, actually. Yeah, I wonder what they would do if they would target us first to make it a 2v1, or if because obviously the pros would want to call the shots, I feel.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. I mean, like, we're pretty good, but
I think it would honestly... Yeah, I think it would honestly depend a lot on the map, too. Because if it was somewhere that there was a shared base, they would probably... Terran would have the advantage, because they could wall you in. But if it was... if the bases were separated, I think that the Zerg team would have an advantage. Like, the team with Guru would have an advantage. Because it would be easier to take them down. But that's enough about the 2v2 pro player plus caster versus pro player plus caster meta.
Well, it does bring up a good question, though. Like, me and Susan play a lot of team games, right? And there's always this debate of, like, I think this guy's a noob. Do we kill the noob, or do we kill the good person? Because the good person's going to carry them.
Yes, yeah, it's always tough. But like, well, if we kill the noob, that's a 2v1. So
Exactly.
it's always a tough call to make. But we are going to be getting into Frost, and a little bit surprising to me, we see Guru up 1-0.
Yeah, after that King Sejong game, but that player Guru up in the top right for Team Extreme Supremacy.
Meanwhile, in the top left position of Frost, it is the Pink Terran player, formerly of Team Extreme Supremacy, now teamless. It is Beastyqt. And we did see what was a very clever build from Guru, going for that 17 pool. Really put him in a nice position. But we do see... we're not going to see anything like that on this map, I don't feel, because not knowing where your opponent is, it makes it basically impossible to go for a build like that and be confident in it.
Yeah, you got to be a real dice roller.
Yeah, which as much as some players might say someone like Guru is, he's not that much of a dice roller.
No, because yeah, that's like next level dice rolling, right? Because like they need to do the right build, and you need to do this and to get the 1 in 3 scout chance and not run into the Reaper.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
So like you're probably looking at like a 5% success rate or something.
Yeah, and even then, this is like the actual design of the map, because the ramp is so close to the natural, makes it that much worse.
Yeah.
It's a perfect storm of never do that build on this map. We are going to be seeing a Reaper expand coming out from Beastyqt though, and he'll probably follow it up with a reactor. It might be Reaper Marine reactor, but since it's Frost and you're unlikely to be able to get an Overlord, probably just see that reactor first.
Let's see that reactor. There you
There
go.
it is. Yeah. And Guru, on the other hand, did go for hatch gas pool, I believe, and is going to be starting up that link speed. Meanwhile, he's actually keeping his drones on gas, at least for now.
Interesting.
That is
Are we gonna get like another Baneling style game?
maybe. He might be counting on the fact that Beastie can't scout him, and could be going for like an early Baneling bust, but I don't know. He'll have to throw it down shortly if that's what he's going to do. He might just be going for tech. And we do see another two queens on the way. So I do like the way he split his links up right here to scout. Not going to be able to deny anything. Oh, but Beastyqt actually, okay, this is very important. Beastyqt is actually going for a very fast 2 medevac stim drop. So what you do is you get the very fast second racks, and you can see he's starting up stim right there before the starport's even done. And you're going to have 16 Marines, exactly 16 Marines, and 2 medevacs, and you'll have stim by the time that your units get there.
Alright, so that's a very specific timing attack. And what does Guru need to have to really defend against this type of thing?
Ideally, you want, at this point now, because of the buff to Queen's anti-air, you want Queens and just units. And you want to scout it as early as possible. You can actually... Now, I'm not sure how well it would work at this level. I think, though, you can go for potentially a Baneling bust, like a 3-hatch Baneling bust, if you see it early enough. But for one, he didn't see it early enough, and secondly, he went fast layer with his early ghast, so obviously he can't be doing that. But the 2-base Spire is not bad against it, at the very least.
Okay, so having 2-base Spire would make you less reliant on Queens, right? Like, because you'll probably have mutas to help deal with the...
Yes.
with the
Now we
drops.
do see Beastie just showed a lot of his Marines for that Reaper, so Guru might have an idea of what's coming. And this is actually really interesting from Guru. He's going for 3 gas muta to be a little bit safer. And as you can see, he has a higher queen count right now. The only problem with the 2-base Spire is you still need to hold off that first shock before the mutas are out. So we can see he's building lings right here. I'm not 100% sure he's identified exactly what's coming.
It's going to dodge the Overlords too, right? So it's going to be a bit of an issue.
Yes, I think Beastie might have actually messed up his production just a little bit because he only has 14 Marines with this. But still, it's still an extremely potent push. And if it gets anywhere in a mineral line and has just, good positioning, it can do so much damage. We do see a very early stim from Beasty. Going to be getting a couple drones right off the bat and getting into that good position that I was talking about. But we see the nice buff on the Queens is going to help out a lot. And actually, yeah, having to abandon that and even almost loses a medevac. I feel like a lot of people don't realize, but this is one of the things that Blizzard was actually targeting. Also, nice decision by Guru to bring all his Queens down. We do see 6 mutas about to pop as well.
Yeah, this type of thing is not what I was expecting to change with the Queen buff, but like when you see the pro games that have happened since, like the buff is just evident basically in all points of this matchup.
Yeah. Nicely done from Beastyqt right there. Kind of this is why this attack actually is so scary. Is it's never really held. You have to be on your guard at all times. He's actually going to lose his third base. Wow, that's actually a huge deal. Meanwhile, in the main, I think he lost more stuff as well.
He lost a few mutas, but that's about it. I
Okay.
mean, losing mutas is never good, but the drop was pushed back and the medevac was lost.
Yeah, and this is what I'm talking about though. Even though the third command center is so delayed for Beastyqt, he's done so much with this drop. Killing the third base is a huge deal, and Guru is really far behind on upgrades. I think he actually wants to do an all-in based on the fact that he's getting just Carapace. But if he runs into 1-1 combat...
Oh my god.
Ooh.
Oh, those Widow Mines.
Jeez, those were good.
That is definitely a nice Widow Mine trap, and that really takes the wind out of Guru's sails.
Yes, and that's such a good move for the whole series too, because not only does Guru feel a little bit off on his back foot based on losing his third base, but then to like lose your really only map control, like it just makes you feel so crappy. And we do see BC is going to be gearing up for a really nice 1-1 timing. Even with those mutas, he'd be, I feel, hard pressed to hold something like this, but having lost those, it makes it that much worse.
Yeah. I mean, he will have units out because he was preparing for a push of his own, but...
Yeah, but the difference between 7 mutas and 3 mutas is a really big difference when you're trying to snipe medevacs and Widow Mines. Oh, he does pick off one of them, but... Yeah, this is looking like a pretty good fight. We do have Ravagers out, though. Oh, the Bios actually land big on the medevacs. Huge mistake there from... oh, wow, that Widow Mine shot. Huge mistake from Beastyqt right there. He actually boosted his Widow Mines into that. Or, sorry, his medevacs.
Yeah, those Biles pretty much couldn't have gotten any better at that moment, but... So I guess that really helps push this back.
Yeah, that was actually a game-changing moment, I feel. Even though he didn't lose the medevacs, he took so much damage on them that he can't really... He can't stick around with them. He can't threaten counterattacks with them. Also, Beasty had an opportunity to start 2-2 a long time ago, but he just is now starting it.
I guess because he was all in on that game plan, and which now just did not work out.
No, and Guru's actually... He's putting himself in a really nice position. Got a great concave on this third base. And actually, he might take this down right here. Nice splits from Beasty to avoid those Biles, but there's just so much Zerg. And the supply advantage is absolutely massive. Beasty is going to forfeit this third base, but he can't afford to. Guru's on 4 base. Meanwhile, we do have 2 Liberators being sent to the main, but those are going to have to do absolute gang-busting work to be able to make up for the fact that he's now down basically 2 base. And nice job from Guru, moves his queen out of the way immediately.
Yeah, so that killed a few larvae, but that's basically it.
Yeah, not worth it. Not an effective trade. And here we see once again that queen anti-air range really making a big difference there. And honestly, yeah, it was kind of needed, I feel. Oh, could lose one of those queens. No, nice transfuses.
Yeah, that's all dealt with really, really well.
Yeah, does lose one of those queens, but that's a worthwhile trade to not lose much mining time. And yeah, Guru is just in an absolutely dominant position at this point. Is a little gas starved, needs to start mining his... There we go, just starts mining his gases at his 4th base, but also should probably be mining his gases at his 3rd, too. Oh, that drop does nothing right there. And as much as the mental advantage, I think, went to Beastyqt at a certain point in that game, Guru has absolutely wrested it back. Now, the upgrades are going to be in favor of Beastyqt by a full tier, but still, this is just the numbers are so significantly in Guru's advantage. Oh, and even going to lose a medevac to the Spore? No, one shot away from death.
So close.
Yeah.
There were no mutas on the map, right? I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure they're all dead, yeah.
Yeah, okay. But it doesn't really matter because Guru's just moving across the map trying to make this happen.
But there are so many tanks out. Nice job from Beasty. Does he have double? Yeah, he has double factory. Really, really good job from him to get that. He might, if he can hold this, that's, well, for one, that's going to be a miracle, but he is kind of setting himself up to do this. Nice positioning. Big concave from Guru, but still the tanks are chelling away.
Ooh, but fungals are really good, though.
Yeah, I think there might just be a little too much Zerg. Oh, wow, and Beasty is not happy. I mean, if he hadn't committed to the attack, he probably would be winning this game. Ooh, wow. And, okay, I thought he was saying GSL as in, like, oh, like, are you in GSL? Like, what do you have to say?
Oh, no, but, yeah, the GSL balance at the moment, which
It is, yeah.
It is very Zerg empty, but I don't think that's quite an argument you can make because we haven't seen the effect of the Queen buff quite yet.
Yes, I think the Queen buff is actually gonna bring this matchup back to balance. It might push it, if anything, pretty far in the other direction.
Like into Zerg favored.
Yes, because there's a lot of people who feel that Zerg late game is too strong.
That's actually something I was going to bring up while we got into the next game. So something I've been thinking from just like watching games lately is like the Queen buff is definitely like really impactful, right? With the balance in this matchup. But like, should they have like? Do you think they should have made like a tweak to the late game, like, you know, maybe like bring down the armor of an Ultralisk by 1 or something?
Yeah, I think that's probably what's necessary, but it's so hard to say because even when Zerg players get to that late game Ultralisk composition, it still doesn't necessarily feel like they're dominant in Korea. I don't know. It's just pretty tough. Are our players going to be getting into the game?
I believe so. Let's see. Guru's on the way for sure.
Yes, Beasty seems like he's a little bit tilted after that last one.
Yeah, he went immediately to replay. This is the right map, right? Guru said Apotheosa, and I'm guessing that's Apotheosis, right?
It's got to be, right?
I like, unless I'm just like totally wrong about like the existence of a map.
No, I think you're right. Well, okay, there's Beasty.
Yeah.
It's in the, yeah, he's back in the chat. He's probably... that might actually be really good for him to be looking at that replay. He might have realized that he was pretty far ahead if he just hadn't attacked with the +1, or at least not hadn't attacked, but had not committed as heavily. Because something that I feel that a lot of Terran players are doing these days is they'll feel too confident after having done early game damage, see like a big roachling Ravager army, and think like, oh, I can fight that. It's just roaches. But the Ravagers just add so much solid DPS that they can't actually fight it.
Mm-hmm. And especially with those bile shots that landed, like that was huge.
Yeah. And they end up taking just a really bad fight, and from there the game snowballs back in favor of the Zerg. They make some good fights from that point on, and it's just you've thrown away your huge lead at that point. But we do see in the top left position of Apotheosis, it is the player from Team Extreme Supremacy. Give it up for the Zerg player, Guru.
And in the bottom right, our pink Terran player, formerly of Team Extreme Supremacy, Beastyqt.
Yes, and this is a pretty massive map. And normally I feel that probably favors the Zerg player, because and it's still good for the Zerg player, but I think this is actually better for Beastyqt. Just given the two styles of Beastyqt and Guru.
Mm.
But yeah, Guru has absolutely put Beastie on tilt. Now, as far as what kind of a player Beastie is, I don't want to be lame, but I guess deep down, like how he deals with tilt, we'll see that in this game, because if he can make a comeback in this game, that would be very impressive.
Yeah, well, and a lot of people underestimate like the true like value in having a good mindset in a game, but like when you queue up and like you're not feeling it, like that makes a huge difference in how well you actually play.
It really does. Like it is absolutely debilitating, I feel. And Beastie does need to turn it around here, because he is down 1-0 in the series. I do like his decision. He went for a CC first. That's one of those ways you can kind of wrest back a mental edge. And given the size of the map, it feels very safe. Mm-hmm. Now, you never know. Guru is the type of player who might just throw down like a 12 pool to try and cancel an early command center, but obviously he didn't go for that. And as a result, Beastyqt gets himself a nice little build order advantage.
A really quick third base.
Yeah, that is insanely fast.
And that's without scouting like the CC first, so that's just blind.
Yeah, that is definitely the effect of tilt, I feel. Like he's just like, no, I'm doing this. Like, I don't care what you're doing. I'm doing this. Screw off. And actually going to be able to kill off these Lings most likely with the Reaper. Does send two of them away. That's pretty smart. I think the Ling at the end there got a bit of damage, so it slowed down the regeneration. Oh, nice. Splits off these two Lings. And this is actually really nice, because Guru still has no idea what's going on. Oh, he is going to slip one of those Lings past. So that's good.
Yeah,
but
that's really nice.
Now, he should be able to tell from the Reaper timing that it wasn't a normally timed 1-Rax expand. Oh, wow. Guru actually getting into the main. That's huge. Sees the world's greediest play in the form of a Marine King build, 3 CC into double engineering bay.
Yeah, this is... All this is missing is a proxy hatch in the main.
Ooh. Damn. That's, yeah, that's true. But yeah, Guru saw everything right there. And, he did not choose to turn a blind eye to it. We do see 2 additional racks coming down for BC, so it's not going to be any weird mech this game. Honestly, this would be an awful map for mech, I feel. It's so spread out, all the bases. There's a lot of wide open chokes into every area.
Yeah, and you can't get that like nice 4-base setup.
Yeah. I just want to reiterate though, Beasty's doing this off nothing. He has no units. He has 2 Hellions, a Marauder, a Marine, and a Reaper. Or is the Reaper even still alive?
I think the Reaper is somewhere. Is it? No, the Reaper's dead. Okay, yeah. So three Marines, a Marauder, and 2 Hellions, and a lot of SCVs.
Yeah. He is, and because he's taking that gold base, he's in an absolutely ridiculous economic position. He's behind in supply, but that's gonna shoot up so quickly. And he's gonna have 1-1 done, potentially before Guru's Evo chambers are done. This is such a ridiculous build from Beastyqt. Now this is a big swell of lings, and he does not have many units out. So
yeah,
he's...
this has to be lifted, for sure.
Ooh, even doesn't mineral walk quite quickly enough. So he's actually going to take quite a few SCV losses right there. Already losing 7. Guru... Oh man, he's doing a lot of damage right here. I don't know if he can actually... Beasty might not be able to get enough units out to deal with this. Because there's going to be... Well, it's only going to be 4 or 5 mutas, but there's going to be a muta follow-up to this as well. No, but it looks like Guru is, in fact, choosing to drone back out of this. So good decision from him. But Beasty finally, his relentless greed finally gets punished. No bunker at the 3rd, no nothing to hold anything. But even still, he's...
Back?
Yeah, he's even still in a good position, I say. Just because of the upgrades. At this rate, 2-2 is going to be done before 1-1 is done for the Zerg. That's insane.
Yeah, I was about to say that's just kind of insane. And you know, if it works out, it will obviously be amazing. But if some sort of timing attack punishes him, like that could be a pretty big deal. And we saw like so many SCVs went down there, but even with that really fast 3rd CC, it's still 69 to 56 workers.
But if we look at the income, because it's a gold base, Beastyqt is actually, he's on par. He's actually even a little bit ahead because of the mules. Now that was a big mule hammer, but still, this is just such a good position for Beastyqt.
I mean, Guru does have the gold too, though.
He does. He has just now got that up, so we are going to see things start to swing in his favor. But that effect may not be in time. We do see a nice pushback from Guru, and he's actually going to completely crush this. Wow. Beastyqt G's.
Oh,
damn.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, well that's it. I didn't think that was over.
No.
Yeah.
It was not. But he was so